Okay, quick vid on the farmer's market prophecy. And I'm just giving these examples of these things that have happened so that you can understand, like, why I was fully convinced I needed to do this, that this is part of my mission. I have to get this done. My husband and I, together, we play an important role in this area. And 3 years ago, right after we got married, a guy from our church named Matt Sampietro, we call it the Farmer's Market Prophecy. And he told my husband this like 6 months later at what they call man camp. It's this crazy camp where they do like jousting on like bicycles, and I don't know, they do like sumo wrestling with like big inner tubes and stuff like that. The video from it was super cool, but it looked fun with these guys that go and they do this stuff. But in any case, he stopped my husband before they got on the buses to leave, and he said, I can't let you leave the mountain without telling you this. And this is coming from Matt to my husband to me. So this is paraphrased, and then completely, just retold. So if there's mistakes, I apologize. Matt is free to come on here and say what he wants. Matt is also from the church that has like completely rejected my husband and I. So he may or may not. But this is what happened. He said he was having a weird day and he was just going to the farmer's market. He just wanted to get in there and get out. And he was going to get some like lettuce, whatever, kale or something. And he said he was crossing the street and it's like a wind blew and it was like stopped him. And I have encountered this wind. And he heard a voice say, "This has come to an end." And he said, I don't know whose voice it was. It wasn't God. I don't know what it was. It wasn't, I don't know what it was. And then he said, then I heard a mighty voice like I've never heard before. And I just have to tell you because I've heard like, I've had like prophecies, but nothing ever like this before. And this doesn't really happen to me a lot or anything like that. I'm not like that guy, like Matt's not like, oh, I'm the guy that has a prophecy for you. And he's quiet. So he said, and its mighty voice came and said, no. This is just the beginning. These two will do great things. And he went on to say, like, man, you guys are, like, going to change the world. And I don't know what it is that you guys are going to be doing, but it is, like, really important. And you're not going to be building churches, which just made me laugh because I have always known that, like, something about me and churches just like, I love... I've always loved God and Jesus and all the other religions too. I've always accepted all the other religions too. That's if you are saved by Jesus, like they say, you can look into anything you want, look at all religions, observe anything you want, right? I mean, I don't believe that actually, but I'm just saying if Christians attack you with that, you can always use their own dogma against them. So anyways, I'm doing that face my daughter says I get when I get like too serious. She says I scare her. So that's the farmer's market prophecy that my husband and I were going to do great things and that these two will do great things. And like, I was like, what the heck? But here's what's crazy. See, my husband had pissed me off that day. He forgot the table for the farmer's market. We had a booth. We sold iced tea and spice. He forgot the table. I think we worked together all day long in a sewing shop. So we were kind of at each other's throats then. And, I was ticked off, and he also at the time had a drinking problem, and I just I never had a drinking problem, never been a drinker, I'm not interested, and not interested in the having to deal with the whole thing at all, and so I had said just to myself, this has come to an end. That's what I said, and here nobody heard me say that. And this person's coming to my husband 6 months later telling him he heard a voice. And he's all the way over at the intersection, yet we were all the way down at the kettle corn stand, or the corn on the stick stand by the police station. So, we were far away from each other. There's no way anybody could have heard me, let alone... Dennis was 5 feet away from me. He couldn't have heard me. So, he knew my exact words, which, I remember when I said them, it was kind of like when you say things out loud to, like, curse something or... to like declare something. I was just like, this has come to an end. Like, I am finished with this. And there's another story about my husband going into a fire pit when I looked up at like where the Pleiades star system was, and I was like, what do you want me to do, God? You want me to stay with this alcoholic? It's not the father of my daughter. I don't have to stay with this guy. What do you want me to do? And my husband, it's just the weirdest thing. He just took a step back and he walked over and he just went like Sonic Hedgehog head first into a giant fire pit. And I always say on that day he got baptized by fire. And it wasn't until after the whole thing had happened and we realized he was okay and he burned his face and everything that, like, literally I was like praying, talking to God, just like, what am I gonna do? What do you want me to do? You tell me what you want me to do. You know, like, you know what I mean? How bad am I? And it was just, it was like, God was like, "I'll take care of that for you. Just pick my husband up, put him right in the fire." And so that was you know, obviously like a turning, one of the turning points for him. But you know, at that point, that's what I was thinking, and so it was just really crazy. And you know, there's no way he could have known that I was thinking that or anything. Those my exact words. I remember thinking like, how melodramatic of me. Like when I said it to him, I remember thinking how melodramatic. Like, you know, like, you know, I remember thinking like I'm probably just PMSing or something, like just being melodramatic. But no, that's not the case. You know, I was fed up and I was irritated. And the table was a small thing, but it had set me off. And I don't know. There has always been, you know, some forces and other people trying to come in and attack our relationship. And I'll go into another video about, you know, the attack on relationships of the kings and the queens of the land. So that's a farmer's market prophecy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that goes along with that prophecy. I don't think so. I think that was it. Although I did try to talk to Matt about it at church, and he kind of didn't want to talk about it. And of course, I want to talk about everything. You know, people get so irritated with me. Someone asks me questions. Well, what was this like? What was that? You know, because I think I'm almost certain that it was the either Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael, but probably Michael. So because I summoned this Archangel, and I'll do another video about that. This is like February 13th this year. I was just like, what just happened? But so farmers market prophecy. We're supposed to change the world. We are not here to build churches, but we're here to change the world, and these two will do great things, you know. And like, you have to understand, like, I just recently learned like 6 months ago, maybe 5 months ago or so, that like we're this king and queen, and you know, that we've been like, you know, chosen a long time ago for this. So it is just weird. It's just really weird. But anyway, so that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I wish Matt Sampietro would get on here and add or add to it, or like whatever. That's all. So over now. That's it.